So President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin are going to be a dramatic meeting, I think, in Alaska on Friday, as I think our president and hopefully the Russian president will push for peace. And the White House says it's open to inviting Zelensky. We'll see where that goes. Let's take a look now at how we got to where we are right now. First off, 2014, Barack Obama's president. Russia decides, I'm going to take Crimea. Khrushchev never should have given it away. We respond with Barack Obama by giving blankets and MREs and saying, you're going to have to give it up. They didn't. Fast forward, after nonstop skirmishes in the Donbass, February 21st, out of nowhere, Russia goes, we're annexing the whole region. It is ours now. 2 days later, they go ahead and invade Ukraine. They expected a quick victory. They've had anything but. Russia takes control of Mariupol. They will later get Kharkiv and be forced to give it up. Ukraine would take part of Russia's Kursk region. They still have about 30 square miles. And then in September, Russia takes control of about 80% of the Donbass region. We think on Friday they're going to ask for it all. And then Russia launches the largest drone attack. And that's what we're looking at right now. Russia has lost over 1 million people. Over 1 million. While Ukraine has formed what many people believe, pound for pound, is the best army in Europe, and they've done a lot of innovation. But how long can they hold out? Let's take a look at the map of where we're at right now. This is how it looked prior to the 2022 invasion. Immediately, Russia took the red. You see some of those areas, some of those gains. Then you see the pushback by the Ukrainian forces, and you see how inept the Russians were, how ill-planned it was. It looked like the whole thing was falling apart. And then you see the counteroffensive. Check out the blue over here. The blue is where the Ukrainians are pushing back, holding out. The question is, how does 70 million or 150 million people of Russia, how long can they hold off? How long can the 46 million Ukrainians hold off the 150 million Russians? Attrition is not on their side. So, Dan Hoffman, I'll put you in the middle of this on Friday. You see the state of the war right now. When Vladimir Putin comes to Alaska, do you think he wants peace or at least a ceasefire?
Well, look, I don't think there's any indication that Vladimir Putin is willing to agree to a ceasefire, although he's certainly going to press for his maximalist demands. He's made a lot of those, that Ukraine never join NATO, that Ukraine's military be severely limited. He's made demands for territory that Russia hasn't even conquered yet in Donbass. I think that Putin, clear to his KGB background, has other interests in mind. He wants Ukraine to be weakened so that maybe down the road in the future, Russia could attack Ukraine and achieve the strategic objective that has eluded Putin, which is to topple the government in Kyiv and install a puppet regime. Also, Putin's has always regarded the United States as Russia's main enemy, Glavny Protivnik. The last thing Russia wants is for the United States to assert our role as the global superpower capable of solving a massive war, the largest one in Europe since the Second World War. Putin wants to assert primacy in what he considers his sphere of influence, the former Soviet Union.
So President Trump has mastered a deal and finding leverage. The leverage is, if we don't come up with anything, if I don't see a sincere effort on a ceasefire, in come the secondary sanctions. They've already hit India. The word is that India picked up the phone and told the Russian president, this is going to get serious because 30% of all their oil they sell is to India. If the next is Turkey, the next is Brazil, and the fourth is China, they could gradually turn up the pressure. So it's not, you have nothing to lose by going to Alaska, Vladimir, right?
Right, exactly. I think, look, sometimes people forget the art of the deal sometimes is walking away from a bad deal. I was in Hanoi in February 2019 when the president walked away from a bad deal with Kim Jong-un. I expect President Trump to tell Putin that this is the last best chance for you to strike a deal. Right. And if you don't do it, that's what's waiting for you.
But Dan, from Vladimir Putin's perspective, as you've always said, he might be evil, but he's not stupid. Does he understand the downside to alienating President Trump for the next 3.5 years if he goes there with those same demands, which are not palatable for the Europeans as well as the Ukrainians? Does he understand that if he makes Trump look bad, he's just got another Western enemy? There's a downside to him for him, isn't it?
There is, and I'm sure that there are back-channel discussions between Russia and their closest allies, this axis of dictatorships, China, North Korea, and Iran, especially China, though, as well as India. Are they going to be fair-weather friends, Or is it possible that U.S. foreign policy will influence those countries and that they may not be able to support Putin, particularly China and India, to carry on Putin's war machine? The Russian economy is not so strong anymore. They're running high interest rates and high inflation. It's an unbalanced wartime economy that isn't going to be able to last forever, overly dependent on the export of hydrocarbons, and that's where President Trump is seeking to gain leverage.
Right, and we are working on two deals, not only with the rare earth, but now we're working at a drone deal. We're going to pay them for their drone technology and try to quadruple, if not even more, the amount of drones in our arsenal. So it could be a mutual beneficial situation. Dan, is a lot of intrigue going into Friday. Hopefully it's all positive. Dan Hoffman, thanks so much.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.